everyone, and welcome to the Junk to Jewels podcast with Georgette Beck. I'm so glad you've decided to stop on by and listen or watch today. Thank you so much. I can't wait to introduce our guest to you today. She's a beautiful new friend of mine that I have been blessed to meet. Her name is Tatiana Rodriguez. Tatiana was born in San Juan, Puerto Rico. She is a Latin singer and a prominent figure in the entertainment industry with a passion for music since the age of 11. She's dedicated many years to honing her craft and making a name for herself. Her father was her biggest supporter and a music manager. When he passed away, she had to learn to pursue her dream on her own. Alongside her musical journey, she pursued her education and successfully graduated from college with a degree in film and video production. I love it. Driven by a creative spirit and entrepreneurial mindset, Tatiana embarked on a new venture by founding Liary Content Solutions, offering her clients a unique blend of expertise and innovation. Tatiana, hello, and thank you for coming to Junk to Jewels.
Thank you for having me. Super excited to be on your show.
I just love how random people come together through various ways. And we met through the Go Getter Girl network here in our area. And they're actually going national, right? And
I'm so excited. Wow.
I know.
Crazy how it's been growing.
Yeah, women supporting women. And every month we get to learn about each other's businesses and what we're trying to accomplish in our life. And we support each other. And you are with, did I say that right? The name of the company?
Yeah, because I am known in the music industry as Tatiana Liary. So when I founded the company, I was like, I wanted to keep using that name.
I love it.
That's why I got it, Liary Content Solutions. So yeah.
Liary Content Solutions. And people can find you on the website because that's liarycontentsolutions.com, correct?
Yes.
And it's all about you guys on there. And you provide a lot of expertise, a lot of services to help people in their own journeys. And I know my social media is so seeing such dazzle. And so, as any creative person knows, if you don't have a large platform yet, no one knows you yet. And with my new book, Junk to Jewels, A Journey from Brokenness and Despair to Beauty and Delight, I'm trying to get out there like a lot of creative folks with music, people who are musicians, artists. We're all trying to share our heart with folks in the way that we're meant to and called. And you're doing your calling to help my calling and your other clients. I love it. And then your music. So we got Tatiana sing. She also creates jingles because she created a new one for us Go Getter Girls. And I'm like, I need you to start thinking about Junk to Jewels in the heart of it, because maybe we can do something for the podcast.
Yeah, that would be great.
So let's dive right in. Let's start so you were born in Puerto Rico. So let's bring you back to where you were born with your family, and then kind of just walk us through your life journey. Yeah.
Sure. So I was born in Puerto Rico in San Juan, which is the capital. And it's basically like in the middle. That's the only place people know about Puerto Rico, I feel like. That's where the airport is. So everybody knows where. Thank God I was born there. Because if I was born somewhere else, people were like, where in the world? So and then I was raised in Caguas, which is a little bit, I think it's down south.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's when I lived pretty much all my life. I was brought up Catholic, and I was singing since I was very little because I loved music since I was little. Like I used to grab anybody's like brush, like the hairbrush, the circle, and I started singing like since I was little, like, and I was going to be a superstar. My mom was like, she can't sing. Like, she doesn't know. She didn't know if I could sing yet. Now my mom sings and my sister sings too.
Oh, fascinating.
But when I started liking music and stuff, they were like, no, maybe she's not ready yet, because I was going like out of tune when I was little.
Those are things you learn along the way.
Exactly. So I remember buying this CD that had the song and the karaoke version of it. And I was like, Mom, please get it for me because I really want to learn the song and then sing it along with the song, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I did it. And she was like listening and she's like, oh my gosh, she's so good. And she freaked out. She was like, I didn't know you have so much talent. And then I guess she told my dad heard me, and then he's like, oh no, we got to do something with this talent.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and he was the one that looked for my mom made me go everywhere to perform because she was a teacher and I was singing at her school everywhere. And then my dad took me to take classes for singing lessons to get better. And I had the privilege to actually take classes with one of the best in Puerto Rico.
Wow. So I love it. They totally support this dream of yours. They each did it too, but they dove in for you. I like that. I like that, Tatiana. That's a gift and a blessing too, because not a lot of parents recognize the gifts in their kids, sadly, but a lot do too. So let's give the kudos to those. But oh, how beautiful. So you're taking lessons in like the really good place to be. I call that a divine appointment. That worked out for you.
Exactly. And he used to take me everywhere to sing. And then I remember I actually got a very good opportunity to sing in the United States. And I was little, so I don't remember exactly where it was. But it was a big deal. I was getting ready to sing in English. And then he passes away. I was already in high school before college. So I was about probably 17.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, because he was the one that was actually excited and teaching me, go there to hear, to sing and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my gosh. So that dream went away because obviously I didn't even know how to get in contact with these people. Like once he passed away, I had no contacts, right?
Okay.
So I lost that. I remember growing up, I was very into religion for some reason, almost like obsessed with it, which is really funny. I love everything about Jesus because I was brought up at Catholic church, right? And I was in a Catholic school. So that's all they do. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. I remember I even had a bobblehead of Jesus. I'm not kidding. They did. And I had one on my table. And I have a frame of Jesus in my room.
I love that. I started Catholic too. That was my foundation, being Catholic as a little girl in confirmation communion. So I relate with you on that. I understand that world. And so, but I love that you love God like that.
Since I was little, I had a dream. I was probably like 10. I had a dream that I lost my ball and Jesus came and took the ball from me. And he said, you're going to need me, but I'm going to need you. And when he said that on my dream, I was little. I was like, I don't know. I guess I'm going to be a nun. So I was like, maybe I should. And I got to go to like different events that were for people that maybe had that divine, I don't know how to call it. But I didn't feel like maybe it was for me because I was so artistic. And so I was like, no, maybe God can use me in other ways, but not here. Like I just felt like it wasn't for me because they stay there for a long time, like in their rooms, like, like nuns don't really, and they have to ask permission to go out. Like that's not, I was like, that's not the kind of thing I probably should be doing. Like I don't see like they probably throw me out first week.
So you wouldn't be able to do your gift with the nuns.
Yeah, I was like, I get kicked out. Well,
yes and no. So a lot of nuns. I've read in antique books the stories about the nuns, and like I love, what is her name? Saint Teresa. She created chants and music. Like she was a singer, a writer. She was the first one to write books. So some of them are very creative and artistic. It just depends, I guess, what house. Because on the other side, the nuns my dad knew raising him, mean, not very nice, cold.
The same with my mom.
Loving at all, right?
Yeah.
So you probably
what I wanted. Yeah, I was like, this is not for me. But then when he passed away, I felt almost cheated by God.
Yes.
Because I was like, wow, I've been so devoted to you all these years since I was little, and you take him away from me. I remember telling my mom, I don't want anything to do with Jesus right now. And I told her to take away anything that has to do with God. Yeah, even the frame that I had from Jesus, I was like, you need to get that out of here because I got so angry.
Yeah, you're in grief mode. You're in like, well, God, why did you take my dad? Seriously? No, that's a real honest, true response. Good for you. And you were honest with him. That's all good. You were all good on there, being so honest. Wow. So everything got removed.
Everything got removed. And I was like, and I even said, if you really exist, why don't you show up right now? I remember my mom was like, don't say that. She was crying. She was like, you crazy. But I was so mad.
It's real.
Yeah. And I was so young. Like you have those hormones of being 17. You're like, so it was, I guess, normal. And little by little, of course, I started understanding that it's part of life. But I think since that time, I always been afraid till this day to be too much into religion like that, because I almost felt like the more you are with God and religion like that, the worse things happen. I don't know. And I know it's not true, but
that's the conclusion you came up with at that young age. Wow, that makes sense that you would, but later you learned more things. But that's fascinating. That's understandable, Tatiana. Oh my goodness,
it was so bad. And growing up without him was very hard.
Yeah,
I moved to the States. I wanted to go to school, to college, and I had the opportunity because I came following a boyfriend I had super young. And that was a mistake too. It was super toxic relationship. I was so young in my 18s.
Well, you're operating from a lost point. So in other stories I've researched, it's a similar thing. Everyone's different in how they do grief and their heart wounds, but you were like, your dad was such a big part of you. Oh, daddy's girl, right? It got you to the States, but you're realizing this person's not for me. At least you're realizing some women don't.
I remember I lost so much weight because I was so much in suffering. And because I was new, he used to tell me, oh, you're not going to be able to do anything without me, because I was living with him. It was almost like I didn't have anything. And I felt like he was right, because I just came with nothing.
Yeah.
I would stay homeless. So I had to literally just stay with him.
Has control. There you go.
Very low. And then I decided to move. So I moved in the middle of the night. Like
without this person.
Yeah. I was like, let me try to find a way that I can move without this person. And I found this person in college that was like, oh, I rent you a little room in my house. And I was like, that's what I'm going to do, because I don't feel safe anymore. Perfect. So I did that, and I did it in the middle of the night. Like he told me, oh, I'm going to be super late. So, and I was like, okay. So I grabbed all my things and put them in my car. And I was like,
you go, girl. You were brave.
I was.
It was good. Oh my gosh, how hard and scary.
But very scary. And he sent me a message the next day saying that if I don't write to him or something, because I was ignoring him, he would report me missing.
Oh my gosh. Go ahead.
I'll tell the police everything you've done to me.
Why you left.
Yeah. No, never. So yeah, I've been, since I was very young, I've been going through so much stuff. Like even when I moved to that place, the person was like a military guy. And he was, nothing to say anything against military people, but I'm pretty sure not all of them are the same. But I felt like he had some PTSD, even though I don't know if he was diagnosed with that. So I wasn't sure. But I think he thought we had a relationship where we never did. We were very good friends because he was a male, was a guy.
Yeah.
And but we got along so well. We were living together that he probably thought that something could happen, but nothing happened. I was in my room, and then I literally felt again uncomfortable, and I had to leave. So I ended up leaving. So all my younger years were almost like finding myself out of these crazy situations. Instead of like one time I said, I'm just gonna live by myself. And I decided to just live on my own, have my own apartment, and then take it from there, because I just was from man to man, basically in relationships to try to save me almost of where to live. Like I had a roommate at one point. She was amazing. But then she got married, so I had to leave. And I was like, oh my gosh, like all I do is just move from place to place.
Yeah.
But
you were trying to find yourself too. It was just a hard time. I think it was a rough season because you were in that grief season. And everyone's different in how long. I mean, honestly, it really doesn't ever go away. I'm discovering my husband was right. My mom was 8 years now, my dad last year, and Scott's like, you should talk because he lost his dad at 18 and went into a spiral. So no wonder you were going here and there because your whole foundation was totally shifted, right?
Yeah.
And most people, like, nobody knows how to talk about that stuff. And really, now there's so many more books. There's education on the podcast. People are more aware. Even if they don't go to that, they'll go to college and read about psychology. And a lot of people go to counseling. Not back then.
Counseling.
Yeah, nobody wanted to be labeled crazy. And
exactly.
So you are coming to a conclusion that this can't continue much longer like this. You were starting to ask the questions. Why am I doing this? Like, why is this repetitive patterns?
Yeah.
Like, these are important things to happen on a journey, is that the questions start happening and you're noticing, you're paying attention. So once you start asking questions, you probably get different answers and maybe different ways of thinking about things.
Exactly.
It's all part of you healing and becoming whole. And I think it adds here, because I'm all about the junk to jewels, and there's a reason. But I think that pain part of our lives, if we choose to be intentional with it and aware of it and make use of it, I think it's added to your passion and your love of music the way you do, because it's a creative outlet. It's your communication. It's how you are connecting with the world and how you communicate with other people, and it's your gift. But I think it added to the essence of you, the gist of why you do what you do and what you bring forward. And I'm sure in everything you're doing, Dad's a part of it. I think everything you're doing.
Yeah, when he was in the hospital, he asked me to sing for him. And it's crazy because I had a show like 2 days before he died. So he said, because I can't be there, can you sing for me? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. So I ended up singing for him. And that night he actually passed away.
Oh my gosh. But he got to hear your song.
And 2 days later, I had to do that show, Georgette, with so much pain. Like nothing happened.
And the grief and the sorrow. Talk about getting your discipline on and you building those muscles to show up on the stage.
Nobody knew that happened to me. I did the whole show like nothing happened, happy with my dancers, everything like nothing. And now looking at it, I'm like, wow, like that's so...
You must have gotten supernatural help, because I know I wear it on my face. I wouldn't have been able to control all my emotions. Like, you got help. Like, I call it the supernatural help. Literally, you got strength to just do it. Get it done.
Yeah. It's almost like acting. It's almost like, okay, the show must go on. Nobody knows what's going on. They don't care. They came to see you. So you just have to put it in a show and do it. And that's exactly what happened. And I remember in one of the songs, I wanted to picture him in the audience just cheering for me. And that's what I did to make me feel like, okay, he's here, he's there watching me, it's going to be okay. But when I finished that show, it was so hard.
Yeah. God bless you, Tatiana.
Thank you.
My gosh, I can just see it. Oh my goodness. And I bet you that song was beautiful. I bet you had all that in there, in the melody and how you brought it forth. Yeah, your dad was proud. Your dad is proud. Wow. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes. You show up even when you don't feel like it. That's a hard thing for a lot of us. Like, oh, today I'm just not feeling it. I'm going to stay in bed, or I am going to cancel that appointment. I've been known to do that. Even now I go up and down, which it's getting better. But you are an inspiration to me right this very second. Like at that young age, you were showing up. You were going to show it and bring it.
It's like Mel Robbins says, right? When you make your body do things that are uncomfortable and the mind says, oh, I don't feel like it. Like, well, that's when I'm going to do it even more.
Yeah, that's right.
That's when you fight with that, because yeah, exactly.
Roll. You're going on that stage.
And I have learned to do that specifically with not only with my business, but also with going to the gym and keeping myself healthy. Mm-hmm. Because when you're busy and stuff, it's so hard to keep yourself, discipline of you need to go and be busy, because there's many people out there doing the same thing you're doing, right? But the most disciplined would always win.
So yeah, there's a lot of
People doing the same
artists,
thing.
writers, but one
Most
discipline
will always win.
I love
Yeah.
that. I'm going to take that. I got to write that down. And you know what? Because I study a lot of the professionals and people on the path, like Lewis Howes, Ed Milet, you mentioned Mel Robbins, Brendon Bouchard, but all these people I admire and respect. Do you know what they all have in common?
They have discipline. It is true. And there is another girl that I forget her name. I think her last name is Sanchez, if I'm not mistaken. And she says that the problem with people is that they procrastinate, right? And they meet somebody today and they say, hey, let's meet next week. And they're like, okay. And then weeks happen and nothing happened. She said, nobody wins me in discipline. Like, if you tell me you're going to see me next week, I'm going to make sure y'all see you next week. And that it's so amazing to have, because you meet people a lot and they always do that. Oh, yeah, well, we'll get together later.
When I lost my dad, I resigned from 2 organizations I was already in because I was like, okay, different season of life now. We're going over here. And I needed to be in the room with those other entrepreneurs because I was an entrepreneur, didn't even know it really. There's a season there. You have to. And then guess what? Pay attention to the excited spirit. Like when you meet someone and your inside feels so excited, go deeper. And I love how our girls, like we know, we do coffee connects. But you don't know why you have that connection until you get to know. So don't procrastinate, right? In other words, and anything to do with what you're doing. So in your craft, you're in school, right? Did you get back into school? You're in college?
I finished school in college, and then I did my internship in Eyewitness News in Channel 9. So it was the news.
So journalism?
Well, I actually went to school for video production and film. So yeah, and I loved all that. But then I discovered that I wanted to be in front of the camera, which is funny because I was doing camera and teleprompter. And when the news directors or the news anchors, that's what I say, they would leave, I would go there and sit down and be like, hello, everyone. And they're like, get the hell out of there. You're not an anchor.
Oh my gosh. But you were there. You did it. You went for the schooling of what you were interested in. And then guess what? You learn as you're doing the actions. So you're out there doing it and you're like, you know what? This doesn't feel like 100% me behind the scene here. Like being up there on the desk. Yeah.
I should have gone for journalism, like you said. I should have done communication. But what I'm doing now, it's kind of related because I'm still doing content and recording a little bit and editing and all this stuff.
Yeah,
so I kind of still do it.
So you got information from what you were doing, the actions of what worked for you and what wasn't working. So now you're making different choices along the way, right? Are you singing while you're doing this yet? Did you come back to your singing?
I went back right away. I started singing in Orlando in a band, and I was there for a few years. I still make my own music. I did some TV shows as well. I did media tours. I actually walked the red carpet in the Latin Grammys in 2015. So I'm still doing it. It's just a lot harder when you don't have a team like I used to have.
Yeah.
Doing it by yourself is a little bit harder, but I still do it. I still sing in bands. I go to Texas to sing. I'm in another band over there. So I still do that for sure because I love doing that. And I feel like you have to do what makes you happy. If I concentrate just in my business and I don't do any singing, I am a little bit miserable. I'm happy with my business, but then I'm like, something's missing. When I'm doing both, I'm overwhelmed, but I'm happy.
Correct. No, because you're feeding the fires of the passion, which is your purpose and your dream, your heart, part of you. And that is beautiful. And that part makes your business better. But if you didn't have that part, your business wouldn't be so good. Because Tatiana, her real self is being limited. She's not doing her love. It's an important life lesson for everybody. You've got to do your love. And I think that should be the priority. Like that, make sure you have that in your life, your daily, if not even every day or weekly. Like you got to have that part of you that lights you up. And your music does that for you. And it spills over into all your relationships and your life choices, right? Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love it. You're traveling all over. This is exciting.
Yeah. Well, you have to. A lot of people follow the check or follow the money. I used to do that a lot. And I was always
Okay,
in
go on.
companies that were paying me well. And because they're like, oh, you're so good at this, you're going to be. And then I was like, I'm working for somebody else. I am not happy. I don't have the freedom I want. And if you get a pay cut, but then you do what you love, you're going to be so much happier regardless. And I think it's, what is his name that says that? I think it's Gary Vee.
Okay.
I love Gary Vee. And he says that in life, unfortunately, people are so obsessed with getting more money that they live all their lives in jobs that they hate and they're unhappy until they're super old and they realize, wow, I never did what I really love because I was following the money.
Yeah.
And he explains, like, if you love something and you want to, I don't know, get paid $30,000 a year, I know it's horrible, but are you happy? Like, just make sure that whatever you do, you're happy.
Yes.
Because otherwise it's going to consume you. So I did that a lot. And we were very good financially and everything. But sometimes I didn't have time to sing. Sometimes because you work for somebody, you can't go anywhere.
Right.
And that's when I was like, no, I want to do something for myself. I learned to monetize my skills. To whatever you're very good at, then monetize it. Some people out there don't know how to do it. Show them how to do it, but charge a little thing here and there.
Yeah.
And that's when I started doing it freelancing. And then I was like, I want to do an actual business. But it all started with that. I'm like, yeah, I had a super big pay cut, but at the same time, I have the time to work on my business, to work on my clients, to go travel.
And you had joy. This is the most important part. So a lot of people come to this conclusion, the smart ones. There's a time to make money and work it because you're making a life, you're building a foundation, and that's important. We all need to survive and pay our bills and all of that. But there comes a point too, that heart thing, that love that's inside you, that needs to come first in some way. Like you got to have that shine.
But you can do both.
Yes, you can. Absolutely. And you learn this as you learned it yourself. And then I think that when you are doing your purpose, that's an act of service.
Yes.
Because then other people are being blessed by your gift. And then the money comes. Like, especially if your mindset, we were just learning about this. When your mindset's totally on how can I share my gift with others to bless them, that attitude, money will follow. Like that. It just is, it's karma. It's whatever. It's a life principle. You can see it when other people are doing their thing and even doing it for free to bless someone, they're getting taken care of. So when I see your life you're a show and tell of that, I think. So now did we jump too far ahead? Or so you did your education and then were you meeting better people yet? When did you meet your one?
No. So my husband, I actually met him, which is funny. I was working at a store and he came in and he's like, oh, can I see that watch? And I was like, sure. And I was like, wow, he's so good looking. And then he's like, I'm a music producer. And I was like, what? And I was like, oh, that's funny because I'm a singer and I always had my business cards regardless. So I said, let me give him my business card. And he's like, oh, we should do some music together.
Yes.
Yeah. And then he did a song for me. And then we started doing music together. And that's when I was like, wow, like we share so much passion with each other, like in the music, that we probably fall in love with that. He understands me. We have a music studio here. We have a podcast studio.
I didn't know he was a producer.
See, he produces music.
I have to talk to you because one of my dreams, now listen, dreams are real. I always had a vision of, God put a vision in my heart of what Junk to Jewels was going to be and everything I was.
Yeah.
So listen, you're doing it. You're following your gift. And this is so important for people to listen and gather. That's okay. But okay, we're going to talk after because Junk to Jewels is supposed to have a music CD with it. And then someday there's going to be a movie. And then my next book's going to have music relating to that time in life because like you, Tatiana, since you're a musician, you understand life is music.
Yes.
Everything. It's all connected. We feel things. We see things. We hear things. The words, like a writer, like me, but you and the music and the movies, like it's all part of it. And I'm
Yes.
interested in all of that. So, all right. So you meet this person and he is your mate. Like you guys are meant to be because you both have that same passion. I love this story.
Same passion. And we actually got married pretty fast. Well, maybe a year after we actually got together. And
Especially when you why
And
wait? Like if you knew it's a solid fit, it's a good fit, healthy fit.
I kind of knew
That word,
because-
healthy.
yeah, and because so many bad relationships I've had, or my previous one before him wasn't bad. I guess, didn't love the person, but I couldn't see myself marrying any of them.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
That's so important.
Yeah.
Settling. You didn't love them, all of them. Like they weren't, you didn't feel it. You didn't feel that in your spirit that it wasn't. And that's so cool and strong of you again, not to just do it because you're in a good relationship.
Right. I was like, wow, what is holding me back? And I was like, maybe it's trauma from my childhood. Why I don't feel that I want to get married. And when I met him, we were like, we want to get married. And I was like, that's so weird. I actually never wanted to do that.
Yeah.
And with him, I feel completely different.
Yes, he was the one and it fit.
Yeah.
That's something I tell young girls, if you're asking a lot of questions, when in doubt, don't. If you're asking too many questions, it means it's not a good fit.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember we almost buy a house together, me and that other person. And when we were going to sign and everything, I said, I can't do it. And he said, what do you mean you can't do it? And I was like, I can't do it. I couldn't do it.
So
and he had to
strong.
do it on his own.
Wow.
And this is why I didn't have those fears.
Yeah.
It was more like, let's do it together.
Oh my gosh. What's your husband's name?
Joshua Rodriguez.
Judge.
Yeah. And then his artist name, because he has like a producer name, is Illinois, because he was raised in Chicago. So it's like almost like Illinois, but Illinois. It's kind of funny. But yeah, like that's how we almost gonna be 10 years together.
That is amazing. Happy
August.
anniversary. Oh, it's August?
Yeah.
That's my birthday month. All right.
Oh, nice. Happy anniversary.
Oh my goodness. So when people here see the show, I think we're going to be after August because the schedule of the podcast recordings. So most of our content's not dated. So this is a good method. But I'm so proud of you guys. This is beautiful. You're a beautiful couple. Like I haven't seen him, but you're beautiful. So
Thank you.
I need to meet him.
Well, one day.
So you guys are now, you're married, you're doing the music. And then when did the company get started?
Mine or his?
So you each had your own? You each created something different?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So mine is actually not that old. Mine is only a year old. In August would be a year, actually. Yeah, because I was doing freelancing and stuff, but I registered it a year ago. So I've been doing it for a long time, but a year ago is when I said, no, I'm going to do a company that has a name. And August is another anniversary now I have.
Of Liary.
Liary Content Solutions. So I'm
well,
super proud of it.
Yes, you should be proud of it, girl. You're an entrepreneur. You are staying true to the core of you, the passion of you. You're staying true to it. And you know what? You're saying, you know what? I am of value and worth, and what I'm creating is beautiful and it's of help to people and it is worth. And so, yeah, people pay and it's beautiful. That is awesome.
I would not do it without my husband, to be honest, because I was always the one that gets paid the most. And when I decided to do this, he was like, you crazy. And I'm like, I know, but I'm going to do it. And he supported me and he still supports me. So I would not be able to do it without him, to be honest.
And that's what good partnerships are all about. Like Scott and I, we're a team. We do a lot of different things. We do independent things, but we do a lot of things together. And then people are always like, because we were in ministry together, we did lay ministry work and then business now. They're like, how can you do business with your wife? Like people have asked him, he's like, I love being with her. And then we work well together and we actually help each other be better. And then he has a skill set that I don't have, and I have skill set he don't have, and then we round it out. And then you do have that sounding board, someone you can trust, and you know they got the best interest. They don't have other agendas.
When I travel, he cannot come with me. And people are always like, oh, you travel without your husband? I'm like, yes, he trusts me. I trust him. He knows I'm going to do this. Yeah, like and he doesn't even bother him because he respects me and he knows this is what I want to do. But when we went to New York, we went together. And he did his own thing because we went to the platforms and then we met a lot of people in the industry. And I was like, you need to go out there and network because it's all about the people you meet. And he's more introvert. I'm more like, hey, you know. So he got to do it and I let him go and people didn't know we were married because I was like, you do your thing, I'll do my thing. So that way you meet people in the industry by yourself because otherwise I'm the one saying, oh, he's amazing. He's a producer. And I said, no.
Yeah, they need to see him and get to know him personally.
Yeah, exactly.
Love that. I love it. It makes life spicy too when everyone's doing their heart and their passion. It makes it's spicy. I love that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So now, have you created albums at all with your music?
Yeah, not an album because an album, the difference between an album, a single, and an EP, it's how many songs you have. So in an album, you can have like 10 songs in one album. On an EP, you can do like 5. And then on a single, then you can just do one by one. So that means that you release one in August, you release another one. I've done a lot of singles. I did an EP a long time ago with a management that I had. But once we parted ways, I'm not allowed to use that anymore. So I could use the songs, but not in the same genre that they did it because they did that for me. They pay for it, not me. So I have done it. But it's not out there. But I've done a lot of singles. I'm probably going to do an album. That's one of my goals for maybe next year.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out if I want to do what genre I want to really do. Because I sing Spanish pretty much all the time. And believe it or not, my husband and I had a duet. And it was, a Christian music. And we didn't pursue it because people didn't care about it. Like we put it out and people are like, oh, Christian? And I was like, people are so horrible out there. But now...
Of course, I'm a Christian, but I love all. So it don't matter. I love all music genres except like stuff I can't understand. I have to feel the vibe, the music, and understand it. But everyone loves something different. That's why we're all unique and different. And it's beautiful. Oh my gosh, a duet together. I want to hear that song.
Yeah. I want to see if I show you some stuff because we took it all down and we're in the process of maybe putting some of those songs back, but with our names because we had like a duet name. So we might do it with our own, like Tatiana Liary, which is my artist name, and Illinois, which is his. So we're still in the process.
A collaboration project.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's neat. I love it. I love that you're in the present, but you're also always dream casting. And I think that's important for all of us is to always have that giant dream and vision. And then you're implementing in layers and you're going towards some things, but then it can change. More could be added. It could be tweaked and you're confident, you're comfortable with that. It's a process. And
I think that drives my motivation. And I know for some people, motivation is garbage.
Yeah.
I think I get motivated when I have something to look forward to.
Yeah.
So when you have something to look forward to, either it's a trip, either it's a goal, I always say that motivates you to do it faster, to get better. Like if you have a deadline, I want to have my album by January or something like that, you will faster because it motivates you. Now, if you don't have any, I can't imagine not having any goals or anything to look forward to.
Fill your calendar with adventures, travel, go to the places that inspire you. Make sure it's a part of your daily life or weekly. Like you have to put it in the calendar. The best part of planning a trip is the planning. Like the best part of travel is all the research and dreaming about it and visualizing. And then your work is funner because you're like doing it. Your life is well balanced. And so, travel for me inspires what I'm doing. So find what does it for you. But you're right, though, Tatiana, the goal and the dream and a couple of things. You should always, I think, a few plates up in the air and then you put dedicated energy. It's an art. And you seem to be really good at that, balancing the different things. I love that. I love it. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see the album. Okay. So either it's my project that you help and we
Exactly. Record yourself.
So I sing a lot at home, but because I didn't develop the voice, I had no training and all of that. I don't even know how to breathe, right? Heck, when I'm talking, I talk too fast and don't forget to breathe. So it's okay, but maybe I'll be a background singer.
Yeah.
So we'll see though. We'll see. But it's important. I love what's great about the artists that I see. And I think a lot of smart business people do. They have mastermind groups. The synergy happens in a room of people that are tossing ideas. But music people, I think you got the market on this. And then the Hollywood directors and producers probably close, same as you guys are. But you guys throw out lines. Someone's got a melody. Someone's got a word. Or somebody sings something, and then someone goes, hey, what if we say it like this? Or what if we change up this note?
Yeah, it's just like that.
I'm getting all excited. Like I'm getting goosebumps. I think it's an intuitiveness and it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is pretty awesome. Like me and my husband, it's funny because since we are husband and wife, we tend to criticize more because we are more honest with each other. But he always shows me all his stuff that he's working on. And he's like, so what do you think? Should I change this? Should I send that? And I'm like, sure. And then I give her my little things that I think. And it's always that. It's always
the process. And how it starts is never what it ends. Usually, like the first book, it totally it was not how it started, that's for sure, but that's okay. It came along and I had to trust the process. It was hard for me to delete and edit and take out every time because I was like so afraid. I didn't want to leave anything important out.
Yeah.
You have to have it succinct in a book. It's very, and I'm so not. So it was a fun, interesting process.
Because that's, since your heart is in it, you want to put everything, how it came out of your heart. Because with a song, all of it. You only have 3 minutes to write a little song. You can be like,
yeah, you got to have it. And that's a trust process. And that's why go find your tribe. Go find the people that love what you love and listen to each other. Like help each other do your thing because there's trust. We both love, you're all in this together kind of thing. And it will come to a beautiful thing as it's supposed to. Exactly. So I love that. What else? So, all right. So you guys are married, you're doing your businesses. And I think we're coming up to wrap up soon too. Anything a part of your journey? Because I know life's got its ups and downs for sure. I think we all have our valley and mountaintops, as they say, or mixed. My story is mixed blessings. Like it's all intertwined. Can't take one without the other. So I've talked about this a lot with people because that seems to be our journey. What do you think about that?
I think that's just life. When we started and we got married at first, we had nothing. We had jobs that were very cheap because we were younger. We were trying to live.
Exactly.
And when we decided to move to Nashville, it was really funny because we didn't have much money. So he had to get 2 jobs and he was working at Starbucks and another job. And then it was so crazy. People don't know what you go through.
Yeah.
So it was so cold, but we couldn't afford the heater that we used to sleep with like a bunch, like almost like if we were in Alaska. And then we had, we were all layered up. We had even gloves. And we would sleep like this with each other because the bill was so high if we used the heater.
Oh, I mean, bill down. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was so expensive. So I was like, no way, we can't afford it. So we have to just sleep in the cold. Yeah, it was so bad. Like
that's one of your memories now. That's a solid. Like you guys went through that together.
Yeah. And then God started blessing us little by little. But, you know, and I think that's normal when you first get together and you start building the empire together, like I always say. But at first, it's always like that. Like, we're young. We don't know what we're doing. And we're like, we're just going to Nashville to pursue music. Oh, yeah, with no money? Yeah, we're doing it. Okay.
Love Nashville.
That's great. So that was fun, but it was too cold. We left.
Oh, so it gets really cold, huh? I don't remember. It's a romantic place to be since I love music too, like that.
And so our season there was actually very good. I got to sing in a nice venue over there for many years. And it just, when I felt like I wasn't growing anymore, you see, I hate feeling stuck. That is something that I never liked in life.
No.
And when I get to the point that I know I'm not growing anymore, I need to do something different or get out of there. And that's how I feel in Nashville.
That's a good signpost, as they say in life. Like, that's a good symbolism. That's a good sign. Pay attention. That feeling stuck is a sign that it's time to take a new path. It's time to get off this one. It's time to or adjust it. So you do that.
Yeah, I do that. That's how we ended up in Nashville. I felt stuck in Orlando. So we went to Nashville. We had a great season there. I felt lonely because I didn't have the friends that I grew up with. I have no family here. His family's in Florida. So I was like, okay, let's just come here and do what we're supposed to do. We did it. And then once we did it, we're like stuck. And I'm like, oh, time to leave. I don't want to feel stuck.
Oh my gosh.
No, I go anywhere. Like, to pursue what I need to pursue. I've never been the person to be scared of anything because I can see a frog and freak. But I like taking risks. I believe in something, I would pursue it. If my gut doesn't feel right, I won't.
Yeah. That's smart.
But what if it works out? What if I go for it?
Yes.
So
I love that. That's so inspiring. Ask what if. Yeah. So if you're feeling stuck, ask the what if. You guys see it, feel it.
Yeah, because if you don't take those risks, then you have the, man, what if I would have done it? What if I would have achieved it? What if I would have had my own company and grew it really big? If I'm 90-year-old and I did it all, at least I can say, well, I tried it all.
Yeah.
You know?
No regret.
Regret.
I love that.
Regret.
All right, I have a question. I got some questions I always ask guests at the end. Do you have a favorite book?
Favorite book.
Have you read something that you really like that added to you?
I love your book. I love Mel Robbins' book.
Thanks.
But one of my favorites, I would say, besides Rich Dad and Poor Dad, Rich Dad and Poor Dad is a very good book.
Rich Dad and Poor Dad?
Yeah.
Rich Dad and Poor Dad.
That's a really good book. It would literally like blow your mind. It's actually very good. But there is this one book that made me feel very good inside. It was Do Not Let the Enemy Sit on Your Table. I think it's something like that. And it's really beautiful. So those two, I would say, are like life-changing for me.
Wow. Do not let the enemy sit at your table.
Yeah. Because certain things that we do in life, we allow him to sit there without us knowing. So it's a really good book that opened my eyes big time.
If you can sit down with anyone from the past or present for a cup of coffee, glass of wine, who would that be and why?
Well, the past?
Or past or present, anyone.
You're going to probably laugh. But I probably would like to sit with Michael Jackson. But
I won't laugh. Since I was a little girl, I knew all his songs, the Thriller. I bought him. He is a creative genius.
I think he's a creative genius. He is such a weird person that I would love to sit down with him and be like, because I know all who he was because of the trauma he probably had when he was little, because he was singing since he was very little. And all the things that he went through, all the love that he had for children when people always thought that he was molesting. No, I think he truly was taking away like childhood from him. So he wasn't able to be a child. And that's why he was so obsessed with it. And that's something that his documentary is really good too. And you learn to respect because he's such a genius musically. I mean,
he is.
This guy, Georgette, knew every single instrument with his mouth. Like, he'll be like, I want you to do like stuff like that. Like, who does that? Like, sometimes I sit in the studio and I'm like, I don't know. And then he's like, oh, I hear like a trumpet, my husband. And he's like, let me see. But Michael Jackson was producing with his mouth. Like, he was like, that's a genius mind.
Yeah. He was talented beyond.
And with all he went through, I think he would have been an amazing person to have in your podcast.
Oh my gosh, I would have loved to talk to him on my podcast. Are you kidding? Listen, you can hear the talent. You can hear. And he, like, I'm like this. I call it now, I have an attitude towards excellence. But that comes with the price, because everything I work on, it takes me longer, 1,000 times longer than everyone else, because I go all up and then I bring it in, and it's exhausting. But other people just, oh, I need to do this. Okay, I'm going to go do this. No, I'm thinking about it. I'm researching. I think he had that same brain, and I value that. Like, you took the time to make something so good. You thought
Everything.
all the details,
music videos, the production.
everything. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? I think you should just be that, like, go for excellence every time. Don't settle. And that's, I love that. So my other question too, did you have a mentor in your life, someone that made an impact at an important time or something like that? Like, anyone make a difference along the way?
I never had a mentor, at least specifically for music or anything like that. I think I've learned a lot from my mom. She always been like an inspiration to me in certain things. Like, she always been so strong for things. Like, she lost her mom too. She lost her dad. She was one of those that knew how to fix a tire by herself. Like, I remember me little, and she just like, we stay in the middle of the road, and she knew what to do. And I think that's so cool. She's always afraid of everything, by the way. But she doesn't show it with kids. Like, with your kids, you want to be stronger. My dad was a great dad, but maybe not a great husband. And my mom was like, well, then get out. And she threw him out. And she was like, I don't care. And I just feel like, wow, like, you're so brave to go through all that. I think that she's my mentor, as far as like, that's why I see that, wow, like, she doesn't let anybody to do anything to her. Like, she can do it alone. And she's been doing it alone for so many years.
You're doing what your heart loves. You're creating a business from what your talent is. So I think she came with you in that. If you were to talk to your younger self and be able to say something, or if someone's in similar experiences of that, something you went through, what would you say to them?
I would say to have a lot of patience. I'm the kind of person that I want things really fast, especially when I'm working on something and I'm like, I just want it now. And I have to realize that it's not in your time. It's maybe God's timing. And that is something I have to really teach myself, because I'm a person that, this is not a lie. I make a post and I want it to be 1 million views. I make a business and I want to make $1 million the next day. I make a song and I want it to go viral. And it's like, baby steps, honey, baby steps. And I have to teach myself that, because otherwise you just get frustrated. Like, oh my God, what do you mean I'm not making $1 million? What do you mean that video is not viral? It's constantly so hard on yourself, and it's not worth it. Like, you just have to be patient. You just put it out there. You have to put content out there. Whatever you're working on, maybe it's your book. I'm pretty sure you making your book, you wanted it out like a week. You're like, I just want it out. It just doesn't work that way.
It took a couple of years. Once I partnered with someone, and
then somebody have to edit it. And then
it was on its own timetable. And you got frustrated a lot. But even now, like, my husband and I, we're investing in this art, the dream. Yeah.
You have to.
Doing the vision. I'm not seeing money. It's not about money for us, but you need money to pay bills, do your life, and pay
music. Georgette, music is so expensive.
Yes, it is. Yes.
And I'm blessed that my husband does some of the music. But everything for releases, we just put it in the platforms cost money. Just putting like press releases out there. If I want to go radio, if I want to go on TV, all that costs money. People think it's free.
Yeah.
When you travel, we spend a lot of money in this New York trip just to go to the platforms and learn.
And that's part of the risk.
Yes, that's part of the risk.
What I'm learning, but you're right. Patience is, you said it so perfectly. You're doing the process, you're doing the heart, you're trusting spirit. Like, I pray and I ask God, guide me. So if he's guiding me and I'm doing this, I'm trusting in him that he's going to work it out for good. And like you, if you're doing your calling and your purpose, it is. And it's not on our timetable. That's the hard part. You got that right. Because I'm like you, snap.
Whoever gives up will never win.
No. And it's right before you, just around that corner. That
Yeah.
one yes.
So I'm like,
One,
yeah, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I am literally on my little line. Like, I'll probably be homeless. Like, sometimes I'm like, you know what, forget it. And then something happened, and I'm like, oh, I still can be. Like, people don't realize all the sacrifices you make.
a lot.
Do what you love. People don't get it.
I get so encouraged when I hear the people talking at the Grammys and the musicians, like they were about to be homeless or they were going to quit and then it happened for real and it's worth it. So that's what Tatiana and I both say. If you're listening and watching today, you gotta go for it. You got to go all out, all in, and just go and trust and live out your heart. And the right people and places come to you. So
Yeah.
Tatiana Rodriguez. Tatiana, thank you so much for being a guest on the Junk to Jewel
Thank
podcast.
you for having me.
Please, if you're watching or listening, please subscribe and help support the artist and follow us.